The Institute for Georgia Environmental Leadership, or IGEL as we call it, is a collaborative network of leaders in the field of the environment in Georgia working together.
We share one thing in common, that is a love for the state of Georgia and the environment and the natural resources that are in this state.
From the very beginning, the goal of IGEL was to do three things: create an educational experience in the areas of leadership and environmental problem solving. Secondly, it was to be network building. It was to give an opportunity for individuals that might not often associate with each other.
We were spending so much time in court and so little time solving problems that IGEL was a dream, to see if we could bring together people from both sides of the table to really talk about environmental issues in a respectful way.
And the third thing was for us to truly be developing a capacity in the state of Georgia to do complex environmental problem solving without resulting in court cases.
We have everything from the North Georgia mountains in this state to the Piedmont to 100 miles of coast. And it's very important for the class to actually experience hands-on these different environments within the state.
IGEL consists of 5 sessions throughout the year, and we move across the state to 5 different locations, focusing on issues of particular interest in those areas.
With each session, we try to focus on a particular environmental issue, bringing in experts to take a deep dive into substantive environmental issues, as well as do some leadership work with the participants.
We do a lot of one-on-one coaching, we do peer group discussions, and we also train you on how to look at environmental problems through different lenses.
You're in a class of about 30 other people, all of whom are some pretty high-powered folks, it turns out. Watching other people solve those problems often ends up being the most interesting and informative part of it.
We think this has got to be experiential. You gotta experience it in multiple ways. It has to have emotional hooks to it. Passion, commitment. It is not about them learning more facts. It's how they interpret the facts that they have.
And if we understand the lens that another person is using when they're approaching a problem, then it's much easier to be able to analyze that problem.
I think it's a chance for environmental professionals to really focus on their own development as well as on a broader diversity of issues than they usually address.
So we are looking for people who have lots of different perspectives, perhaps different experiences, and also different geographic locations.
We want to make sure that this represents all of Georgia so that we can have a really strong and rich conversation about how we can handle the environmental issues that face us in Georgia.
People who come through it and become alumni share an experience and share a language about the environmental problems and issues throughout the state.
IGEL just offers something unlike any other program in the country.
The watershed here is contained on the property.
If you are able to get in, it'll be an experience that you will find to be all-consuming, but you'll come out of it really glad you did.
When you join the IGEL community, you're not just joining your class, but you're joining the classes that are before you, the ones that are after you.
Now we're over 500. And so this network of IGELians is actually a pretty significant force in the state.
And in increasing that human capacity, that human resource, I think it makes a significant difference in the state of Georgia.